Hi, I'm Julie Meyer. I'm the host of the FTE Winter 2024, and I'm here with Mr. Len Davì of Davì Audio. Len, it's great to see you again. Thank you so much for coming back to the FTE Winter 2024. I think it's your second FTE. Yes. What were your impressions, and how did you enjoy it this time?
I thought it was fantastic. It's so interesting to hear all the different stories, the journeys that companies have been on. It's really inspiring to see people innovating and doing really unique things. So it's been great.
I'm pleased to hear that. It was a broad spectrum, but yet there were some other luxury experiences, because that's actually what Davì Audio is, isn't it? For our listeners, explain just exactly what you've created here.
Well, I've been in the industry forever, and I've always been passionate about audio and sound quality, because ultimately music, I think, is important to everyone. And I've had the opportunity to create and launch some other products and brands, but they were always aimed at kind of the mainstream. And the challenge is you're constantly driving the price down to do more volume and making compromises on sound quality. And I came up with the idea that there are people out there that want to have the best of everything, and being able to build a product with no limits, where truly the sound quality and the performance was the driver, not price, was really exciting to me. So being able to put together a team of great engineers and designers to build an exceptional product that delivered music was kind of my passion.
The output that you have, the headphones are beautiful. I mean, is it audiophones, headphones? What's the terminology that's really going to come into?
Headphones is what most people call them. It's but headphones can be used for military applications and for just sound deadening. These are a music product, so they're really focused on delivering music at the highest level. We also do have very advanced noise canceling technology, so they're great in an airplane or any noisy environment. They'll reduce the noise dramatically, and they actually have full phone functionality as well. So they're Bluetooth wireless, so you can take phone calls on them, you can have conversations, so it's really multi-purpose.
Do you envisage a future where people on their private jets have their Davì Audio headphones on, or walking down the street, or sitting around their pool, or is this ubiquitous eventually? Because I know that you've got a number of different product lines that you're developing.
Right, yeah, we're working on Bluetooth speakers and some other personal audio products, things that are really music on the go.
Right.
But these headphones could be used for really in any environment. In fact, you can use them outdoors, and there's a way that you can set them up so that you can hear the environment around you if you prefer. In most cases, you're going to want to block out the noise and have the serenity of a headphone. So you can use them in virtually any application you'd use a normal headphone, just much better sound quality and better noise canceling.
Who has been the innovator in sound quality up until now? Who would you say you're following in the footsteps of anyone, or you are out there pioneering?
We're really in a completely different realm. Really, the landscape in headphones is, kind of affordable. There's some inexpensive headphones, and there's kind of the Sony, Bose, Beats, Sennheiser, good quality headphones, but usually $200, $300, $400. And there are, again, major limitations. I've been involved in creating some of those. There's limitations when you're building a headphone at that price in both sound quality and noise canceling and the materials you're using. There are a few audiophile headphones, but they're not really meant for travel, and they don't typically have noise canceling. So this is really the first time any team has taken the initiative to push the limits of sound quality and noise canceling and materials. And I often say we're the Bugatti of headphones, because we're building something that has very many layers of value. Just as if you buy a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti, you're getting craftsmanship and artisanship, you're getting amazing build quality, exotic materials, but you're also getting high performance. So we're delivering style, substance, and really exotic technology.
The Bugatti of headphones, I love that. The Bugatti of headphones, gosh, that's good. Collector's item, asset class, trophy item. What are the categories there that feel comfortable or natural?
Well, I mean, we are doing some limited editions. We've actually had a request to do them. We're going to have a Founder Series, which is 87 units. They'll be numbered. They'll come with a certificate, special finishes, and a special travel case. And those, we've already had people fighting over what number they're going to get, and those will probably become collector's items, and people could buy them as an investment the way you would a piece of art or a limited edition in another venue. Some people do consider it a trophy because it is a best of class product.
Yep.
Being an audio guy, I love people that are buying it for the sound quality, that are buying it because they're going to enjoy it. And to me, that's what's wonderful. And you can say that about a piece of art. A piece of art may not perform a function, but if you hang a beautiful piece of art or have a piece of sculpture, you're enjoying it on a regular basis. If you buy a Ferrari, you're going to enjoy every time you get behind the wheel of it. This is a product that you're going to get enjoyment out of every day, but it also could go up in value if it's a limited edition.
Well, and I was going to ask about that. It seems to me that they're going to be there's some sort of secondary market, because people will say when you come out, they'll get the next one, and then you think they give it to their daughter, or do you think that they trade it on a market? How do you see that whole broadening of it out?
It could be traded. Yes, I mean the nice thing about it is that it's a good sustainability story. This is not a throwaway. A lot of electronics today, you use them 2 or 3 years, you toss them away, and they end up in a landfill somewhere. This is a product you're going to own for life, whether you keep it or you give it to your kid or a friend, or you sell it. Either one of those things can happen. And by the way, we also have the ability to upgrade it as technology evolves. So there's no obsolescence.
Talk about that.
So in most electronics, obsolescence is a big challenge. Whether it's a computer, a phone, anything, they become obsolete over a period of really very short time, under a couple of
Sometimes
years.
that's the whole point. Sometimes it's the whole
it's
point.
planned obsolescence, so that you want to buy the new one. Audio, inherently, speakers, woofers and tweeters don't really change that much, so there's not a lot of obsolescence, but we are Bluetooth wireless, we are digital. That technology does improve, but we've architected the circuitry in the headphone to be upgradable. So if you buy a pair of Davì headphones, and 3 to 5 years from now, you want to upgrade them, you can send them in to us. We'll replace the leather ear cushions, put fresh batteries in them. And if we're now at Bluetooth 5.2, we'll take out the Bluetooth 5.2 and put in 9.0, 10.0, whatever it happens to be. And now your headphone's up to date and current with the latest technology. Wow. So you're making a long-term investment. It's something you can enjoy for many years.
Your business plan is really well put together. What are the markets, the kind of geographical, jurisdictional, where are the people that you're going after? Are these Americans? Are these Saudis? Are these Latin Americans? I mean, how are you slicing?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. This is absolutely going to be a global brand, and we have the marketing and the branding budget to really create a global brand. I think we're going to follow most of the key markets for luxury. Mm-hmm. Certainly, I've been to Dubai and the Middle East, and there are some tremendous luxury markets there. Yeah. Europe will be a big market, the US. Yeah. Asia, Japan, they love high-end audio gear. Yeah. One nice thing is this is a made-in-America product. We are collaborating. We're using Italian leather. We have some German components, some Swiss components. So we're finding the best support companies and suppliers to build this, but it's an American-made product. And America has a great reputation for audio gear. The Japanese love to buy American audio gear. So this will be a global product.
Now, you've been involved in many successful companies as a senior executive. What's different this time?
It's really the philosophy. In mass market, you're driving towards volume and mass adoption. This is something where what has been the most enjoyable and satisfying to me is putting together a team and telling them, do your best work. We're not looking at a budget. We're not trying to drive to a price point. I want you to do your best work. And one of the things that I enjoy the most is dealing with creative people, engineers, designers. And these people are incredibly gifted. And being able to look at them and say, you can do your best work. I'm not telling you to take cost out of it. I'm not telling you to do it quickly. Take your time, get it right, use the best materials, use the best technology. And they're getting a sense of satisfaction because for them, many of them have worked many, many years in the industry, and we're taking the handcuffs off and letting them do their best work. And that's satisfying for me on a personal level.
Have many of these people worked with you before and you just brought them over? Or
yes, I've been in the audio business my entire career, so I kind of know who the all-stars are, who the best players are, so I handpicked some of the best acoustical engineers, audio engineers, transducer engineers. So this is truly the dream team of audio experts that I put together, and they all love it because they're working with the other. If you're on the basketball team with Michael Jordan, it's not hard to get the rest of the team. So I've got some amazing players, and they all want to work with the other ones, and it kind of feeds their creativity, and that's what allows us to build a world-class product.
What's a transducer?
So I apologize. A transducer is the actual speaker, like a woofer or a tweeter.
Okay.
And they call it a transducer because it takes the electrical signal and translates it or transduces it into moving sound. So that's two things in an audio system. The microphone, you hold the microphone up, it takes your sound and makes it into electrons,
Right.
and the speaker does it on the other end. It's the most important, it's kind of the engine to our car. It's the most important part of a headphone is what makes the sound.
When did headphones first come out? How long is this industry?
Oh gosh, they've been around for, probably close to 100 years now. I mean, it's a product that's been around forever, back to the original telephone days when the people had the little ear cup piece. As soon as speakers really came out and microphones and that technology became available, headphones have been around forever. What's changed in them is the way we design them, the materials that we use. So we're using very exotic materials on everything in our headphone. And that's really, the material science is really what is advanced.
Okay. People worry about currents going through phones and things like that, 5G and all the rest of it. Is there something that is different that people should not worry about that with the...
Yeah, well, I think phones is a different scenario. Phones are a much higher powered device, so holding a phone up to your... Some people will tell you there's no risk at all, and then others will show you a report showing there's a risk factor. But the power of your phone is very high because it has to go between your phone and the tower. Our headphone is using Bluetooth technology, which is very low power, short range. So it's much lower power. So having Bluetooth on your head is really very, very low risk. And then furthermore, we take steps that other companies can't to actually shield it. So an average headphone is plastic. So that radio chip, the Bluetooth chip, is radiating. It's very low power, but it is radiating in all directions. Ours actually has a shield, a metal shield on the inside to send it away from your head.
That's great.
So we're taking every precaution to make it as safe as possible.
Now, you've backed yourself, but you're open to bringing in money in this round.
Yes.
You've got a really cool group of backers. You want to talk about that and who you'd love to see come in and how you work with your investors?
Yes. We're very excited. We have some strategic investors, and that's important to us. We're going to be launching on a global scale in the luxury market, and we're going to be very events oriented. And because we're a music company, having people from the music industry is important. So strategic equity is definitely something we want to focus on.
Right now, as of the end of January, there was a lot of interest here at the FT Winter. And so forth. Would you say that there's an opportunity to bring in up to $1 million in this US dollars?
Yeah, we can still take actually a couple of $1 million.
Okay.
We've already closed on almost $2 million in this round. It's a $5 million round.
Okay.
The good news is we have enough now to go into production. So literally we're at the point now where our pilot run, which is the pre-production samples that we give final approval to before we open up tooling and set up all the machinery, is about 2 weeks out. We're about 6 months away from delivering headphones, so we'll be delivering goods into the marketplace. We already have pre-orders. So this is frankly the last opportunity probably. This is not a company that's going to have 5 more rounds of funding. This round gets us to revenue generation, delivering goods, profitability. So really, if people are interested, this is probably the last window to come along for a very exciting ride.
Let's say that somebody's listening to this and they say, I like that. I got $100,000. Do they buy a headset? It's $27,000.
Yep.
Should they invest? Should they buy a couple? How would you? What's the best use of somebody?
Well, I
who
mean,
loves
I think it's an individual decision. We think we can deliver a very, very healthy return on investment for an investor. So $100,000 investment, we, like most companies, you have to look at, what does the liquidity event look like? We don't think this is a, 1 year flip. This is a 3 to 5 year investment likely. We think we can deliver a very significant return. Of course, I've got all the financials for anyone that's interested. The headphones will probably, the first ones may go up in value. Most people are buying them because they love the headphone and they want to enjoy it. Right now, we honestly have so many people that want to buy the headphones that will probably be sold out of our first year's production before we start delivery. That's our goal. So we think an investment, having the 100K is the minimum. So having an investor at 100K is really what's, to us, the most valuable right now, just to ramp up for production.
Okay. What was the most interesting insight from the FTE that was relevant to your business that you didn't expect?
I really come back to the inspiration is seeing how other entrepreneurs are setting their businesses up and what they're using to kind of drive innovation is really, really amazing. I mean, again, as you said, it's a broad spectrum from financial services to companies that are building new products, energy. I mean, there are so many things that people are really doing things that make a difference, and that was really inspiring to me.
Well, Len, thank you for coming back to the FTE. It was good to have you here. I look forward to continuing to follow your story as you take this to market. They are just beautiful, and congratulations on everything that you've achieved and so forth. That brings us to the end of our discussion with Len Davì of Davì Audio at the FT Winter 2024.